Let's take a look at what happened today with Tesla, like we do every single day of the week. Let's first start with the actual chart, and then we can take a look at the facts. The chart is the facts, and then we can take a look at what we can do to profit from those facts. So Tesla closed at $342.82, down $4.86, 1.4% down. Post-market, we are down by 34 cents at 342.48. Let's look at what these numbers look on the chart itself. And we have our trend lines that are guiding us to understand if the move we had today with Tesla is a noise or if it is a signal. So we know that we are into this bullish channel. So the behavior of Tesla is supposed to be like this, zigzagging between the support side in green and the resistance side in red. So this is exactly what we are doing so far. Yesterday, there was a possibility that Tesla wanted to go outside of its bullish channel. So that would have been great. We started and we closed outside of the resistance side of the bullish channel. This was only one candle. As I mentioned, one candle does not make a trend. If we had continued that way, that would have been fantastic, but this is not what happened today. So we are caving in a little bit to that bullish channel resistance. It is still the expected behavior, but if we had come outside of this bullish channel, we could have had a super nice move. We had something like this close to 2021, if I remember correctly. So here in 2020, this was the COVID era. Everything was going to crash because the whole world was shutting down. No more cars. The companies were shutting down. Everybody was staying at home and everything. So we had a little bit of a market crash. But then things picked up very fast afterwards, and we started to have a narrow bullish channel. So this was the bullish channel and we zigzagged in here. Then we started to go outside of it. So as I said yesterday, the channel was not fast enough. The rate of ascent was not fast enough. So Tesla started to go higher faster. So it went outside of the original channel, started to do a second channel, and then at some point even did a third or fourth channel, depending on how we want to slice and dissect. But we went quite far away from our base right here. So yesterday there was this little bit of a move, but it did not pan out. It's fine. Tesla is still doing fine today. But that would have been great to see Tesla getting outside of its channel. But we don't have to be greedy. This is still perfectly fine. We are still within this bullish channel, nothing's wrong. When we are going to get outside of it, then we can decide, okay, Tesla is no longer in there, so what is going to be the new pattern that is going to be at play? But right now, we cannot complain too much. Tesla is going higher, and let's just watch it and decide what we want to do with it. In terms of taking profit, when should you take profit? So this is a very personal decision. We all have different financial situations, blah, blah, blah. Some people like to take profit when a stock gets close to resistance. Oh, it's getting close to resistance. It should go on the other side. I'm going to take profit here because going on the other side could be done going sideways, could be done going higher. That would have been the best case scenario. Or it can be done by going down a little bit, but still the support and bouncing back. So this scenario right here is not too great because you see your worth Tesla go down, and some people don't like to see that, so they can decide to sell once we are reaching resistance. So this is a really personal decision. Myself, I tend to trade Tesla more on the 1 hour chart. So I don't wait for something big happening on the daily chart before getting out. I don't tend to sell at resistance. In this case, I'm not selling at resistance. But if I would stay on the daily chart, Tesla could be coming down like this before stochastic goes over 60, which would be a bad sign that Tesla is no longer wanting to go up. Another sign that Tesla does not want to go up anymore is if we break outside of this bullish channel. So that would be a bad sign. But if it does that right here, after getting an entry at 295, this would not leave much profit. When we do technical analysis, we tend to want to maximize, optimize profit and cash it out and put it in the bank and finding another move and cashing out that other move too. So if I would wait on the daily chart in order to take profit to see a definite sign, then I could just pocket a smaller profit. So instead of doing that, I tend to go on the 1 hour chart. And when I go on the 1 hour chart, I have a more finely tuned machine. You know, the chart has way more candles and we see way more patterns. So I can still wait for a specific pattern if I want to, and I will get that pattern earlier on the 1 hour chart. I will see it on the daily chart. So I can be a little bit more precise once I have pretty much decided that I want to get out. But also I can say on the daily chart another way of doing it. So I have mentioned that if we lose stochastic, this is not good. If we get outside of this bullish channel, this is not good. So another way of managing the drawdown that could happen if I choose an exit based on the pattern I see, another way of dealing with this still on the daily chart is to just set a significant support that I don't want the stock to cross under. So on the daily chart, the first available significant support is at 326.34. This is a nice support because it was used in the past. This is not a random number. It was used in the past as support. So we can definitely use that on the daily chart. The other support that's a little bit lower is where we entered at 295. So waiting until it comes down to 295. But then you risk the chance that if we go down to 295 that we don't bounce like expected, but that we do this and all this move that we currently have will be gone. So on the daily chart, the next significant support is at 326.34. That makes sense. If we go on the 1 hour chart, then we have a little bit more data, a little bit more details, and we see some new support. So the support I've just told you about at 326.34 is right here. So this is the daily chart support, which is still valid right here. But in addition, on the 1 hour chart, we are getting additional support lines. And there you go, 336.59. Because look at this. This is what is happening. This is the stock telling me this. And by the way, it told us that before. So this is not a new number. It's a number that we had in the past that we just continue that line. This is why I have so many lines. It's not because I don't clean up. It's because these lines are going to be useful again. That 313 was useful right here in August 12, 2022, 13. And it was used right here November 15th of last year. And it was used not too long ago, May 12th. They are still getting used all the time. This is why I look like a messy guy. So yeah, so look at this right here. So on the 1 hour chart right now, Tesla, where's the open of the day? Thursday. Okay, so we gap down a little bit. So this could be scary, but we gap down right above 335. This one is 335, this one is 326. So 335 right here, we gap down to it. Then on the second hour, we tested it, went a little bit lower, but then it recovered. And now we are right smack between 335.59 and 350. So right now, this is the pattern. So we have a pattern right now. We have a small pattern, a congestion zone. So we have a small pattern. And when we are looking at patterns, I've talked about patterns in the past. I'm going to keep talking about them. When we have a break outside, that's when we have a break on the other side, on the upside. This is so I can use this smaller time frame panel in order to decide, well, Okay, I won't just sell when I feel like it. I will sell with a reason, and that reason is going to be that I am out of this congestion zone. So these are the ways that you can use to decide when to take profit. So on resistance, after a patterns happen, we lose a pattern, a congestion zone, or a specific number. So again, I'm coming back to the specific number. At 336, I'm going to decide that I sell because it will be a drawdown from 350 that's not too big for me to relinquish, so I decide to use that number. So this is another way of using it, is to just decide a specific number that you want to draw down from the recent top. So the recent top was at 350. So these are all different ways. But when we look at the patterns, the stock analysis patterns, stochastic is super great on the daily chart. RSI is overbought a little bit on the daily chart. If we go on the 1 hour chart, stochastic is great. RSI has been overbought not too long ago, but with the move we had today, it's cooling down. So, everything is pretty good. The only thing that's not perfect, there's no perfection, but that would be just one step above, is the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, it has not caught up yet, so we cannot say that Tesla is into a weekly bullish move. We cannot say that. It's still into a daily bullish move. It's been many days, even in terms of weeks, but we should still think about it in terms of days. Yeah. So in terms of technical analysis, everything is great. The stochastic is there. We are the bullish channel. Technically, if we don't look at the money we have on paper right now and trying to keep most of it, if we only look at the patterns, then Tesla could be doing something like this and even coming back down to 313. And I bet that if we go down to 313, we would not even lose stochastic over 60 and we could recover like this. So it just depends on how tight you want to play this. And this is why I don't have a strong opinion in terms of selling, because depending on your objectives, we have people on Discord that are looking. I just asked the question today, on what time frame are you looking at the Tesla chart? Some people say on the 5-minute chart, other 15 minutes, other 1 hour chart, other on the daily chart. But depending on how tight you want to play this, if you play on the 1 hour chart, you need to look at your chart every single hour. If you play on the 5-minute chart, you need to look at your chart every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. So every candle, you need to look at your chart, whether you are on the daily, the hour, or 5 minutes or 15 minutes. So for somebody on the daily chart, they could just let it come down because they are watching once a day. While we have stochastic over 60, while we are into this bullish channel, they don't have anything to do, and the Tesla could be continuing like it did not too long ago. This is what it did not too long ago. Just right here, we had a nice move, got stochastic over 60. We caught that move on the 1 hour chart because we could see the pattern already at play. On the daily chart, it took a little bit longer to see the pattern. But once we had the move down, we went up to 295 right here. And then we came down to 273. And we played into that area. It's hard to play with that because we don't have many candles to base our buying and selling decisions on. If we play on the 1 hour chart, then we have a little bit more visibility as to what we can do. And when we play on the 5-minute chart, then where were we? Right here. So on the 5-minute chart, we could see small patterns. Okay, there's a top right here. So if I buy here, I can take a ride, or of course I can decide that I buy as soon as I hit support. But buying on support is a little bit risky because it can remain on support and then it can lose support. Having a little bit of a move up is a little bit less risky. but then you lose a little bit of the upside. So I am giving you lots of information. We can talk about it. I can come back to that subject. You can ask me questions in the comments. Also on Discord, this is what we do on Discord. We have more of these in-depth discussions or different scenarios that we can do, philosophies. We can share all of that. So I am giving you a glimpse a little bit here. In summary, for Tesla, this is all great. It's doing what it's supposed to do. What is the rest of the market doing? That's the big question. VIX, we rely so much on VIX. VIX is the fear factor of the stock market. When the VIX goes up, stock market goes down. So VIX is down 0.79 today, 4.25%, closed at 1782. This is great. So I think, are we a little bit lower? Yes, we are a little bit lower than where we were yesterday. Just a little bit higher, but 17 is great. We were above 20 last week. We need to be below 20 for any stocks to really want to go higher. So we like to be under 20, and now we are even at 17. And if we go even lower, 15, 16, 15, 14, then this is going to be fantastic. So we enjoy seeing this. Let's also look at the stock indices to see if they are following the same pattern as Tesla. So Dow Jones is up today 0.65%. We have some resistance coming soon, even at 42,343, but we have a green candle today. SPX, okay, I'm gonna have to remove my drawings because this is getting close to resistance. It's slowing down a little bit. Once we break, this is going to give another impulse. Other people are going to buy. Other people doing technical analysis are going to start buying. So it's going to be interesting once we break those resistance. Nasdaq, very strong Nasdaq. Now it's stopping right here at this resistance at around 21,500. Russell, same thing here. Look at this. 4 days. We are really trying. So maybe we need some news to convince additional people to come in and buy. But once this happens, this will give another push. Let's take a look at the heat map of the market. Yesterday, that was not super good. Today, this is a little bit better, more green. Still some big companies that are red, that were green yesterday, and today they are red. That's it for me today. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, we have a Discord server also, a Discord where we have a bit more in-depth discussions, and we are also looking at the buy signals for many other stocks. AMD, Adobe, ARM, Palantir, NVIDIA, blah, blah, blah. So we are looking at those other stocks and calling out the buy signals that we see based on technical analysis. So you can always join that. So thanks again. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.